Okay, so here we are again, working on bag 4, and welcome back everyone. So last time we did finish up this portion right here, including the nasty stickers that I had to put on that. Alright, so let me get this done here. I've been really on a watching, what do they call it, a binge watching spree of Walking Dead. And then working on my resource pack for Minecraft. So I have plenty of things to do, and in addition to doing this. So yeah, I really had made some progress on it. You know, if it's got limits, I'm learning how to put stairwells and all sorts of stuff in there to kind of make the build not so dry and boring. Okay. So far the build quality is pretty good in this set. It's been keeping my interest. So sometimes with these dark colors it's hard to tell. Sometimes in mine I put the little lines in here. So what I'm gathering, that's a 1x4, 1x4, 1x6. So we're messing with dark colors this time. But yeah, I got my parameters figured out for that resource pack, and I have a few fans that want to try it out, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to have a bunch of stuff. It's a lot of work. Right now I'm just getting hallways done, and I got a music room installed. So it's slowly getting to where I want it to be. Now it's well, gathering up the time to do more of it. Hold on, let me make sure here real quick. Are we building duplicates? Because if we are... Oh. Okay. So there is a duplicate in here, but it's in another bag. Okay. I don't really want to spend all day doing that, huh? So we're going to pour this out. There's slightly different pieces in here. So, you know what? Let's just do one at a time, because this one's pretty nasty. I was going to say, let's do that, but no. We don't need to make the problem any worse. Sometimes you shouldn't rush through the builds, but sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Alright. I am looking for the upwards plates. I hope I don't have the wrong bin, because I'm finding these big ones though. Oh, here's one. That's all I need is one anyways. Yep, I am swamped with work for the summer. I mean, I can always turn down jobs, but no, I can't do that. So I'm going to be working my little buns off the whole summer long. I might be able to squeeze a vacation in, but, well, it's not looking good for me. Okay. I mean, I gotta find something to kill the time in the summer. Can you even see what I'm doing? Yes, you can. The edge of the table is right there, so So yeah, we're going to build both of these separate because they're in separate bags, and I don't want to really overwhelm myself here. These dark colors sometimes make it hard to see. Obviously need a plate. I need that one lamp holder piece and this. So we're going to have to go shopping for parts. So yeah, I've been binge watching The Walking Dead. I got caught up, and then I'm watching Fear the Walking Dead, and I'll watch Walking Dead World Beyond. Honestly, there's some good inspiration there for mocks and stuff. Just a matter of time to build them. Yeah, sometimes I see something like that, and it's like, oh, that seems pretty cool. All right. Alright, so we put that there. They got a bunch of pieces going in at one time. So when you get to steps like this, you just have to really slow it down and take your time. Okay, so that's the only thing I can suggest on this. If you're buying this, there's a hole there. Making sure. I mean, it's like that right there. I guess it's okay, you know. Don't show it here in the manual. There's a hole right here. You could barely see it. Maybe something else gets filled in there, but doesn't look like it. So today we're going to be doing bags 4, 5, and 6 to get some stuff done. Okay. Alrighty, so we need a couple of Technic bricks. Are they in dark blue or black? And sometimes when they get confusing, like this is starting to get pretty confusing to me. So we're just going to take that slowly. Because there's 7 individual lots. So let's just do that very slow. We'll take our time on that. It ain't going anywhere. I mean, I've been like doing work, and I come home and it's still here. So obviously it didn't. Well, obviously this thing can't walk off. We still have to put its legs on, huh? Alrighty. So metallic stud, downwards angular plate, and then a slope. Is that dark blue? Okay, it is, and it's facing down. And this goes here, like that. Okay. Okay, so here, downwards. I always say upwards. If they're facing like this with the studs here, it's upwards. Studs are at the top, it's going down, it's facing down. It's a downwards angular plate. So I do my tutorials, some are like, what's an upwards and a downwards? I can't find it. Lego doesn't have anything mentioned on that. I'm like, well, that's what it is. Okay, so there is something that goes in that little hole. You take this, stick this on here. Why didn't we just do that at the beginning? Yeah, I don't know, but kind of fruity there. Okay, we have to build 2 of something with some of these. Step aside there. Okay. Still recording, good. Yep. That doesn't make sense. Oh, no wonder why it's not supposed to be on like that. Yeah, these clips are kind of a pain. You got to be careful how you pull them off, because I've broken a few clips before, and they're not. These break. You break these little clips. They're hard to repair. And yes, in fact, it's actually a moderate night. I'm not doing this really late. It's like 12:30 in the morning, so I sound a little bit more awake, but I'm slowly losing that battle real quick. All right, and then they go in between here. Do these studs line up? Okay, they do. We don't want to build most of it and have to tear it all apart. This is not really my style of Lego build, but it is something different. So imagine, a lot of people build things that they're familiar with. But imagine you get something you just can't feel, right? Like, oh, this doesn't look interesting. You always want to give those type of sets a shot, because it may be something you want to build, like this. It's different. So, nothing wrong with that if it's different. Let's just jump right on in and get ready to go here. Well, can't find any more of those. This angular plate, when everything's dark colored, it's just hard to see sometimes. And where did I leave off? Okay, let me put this here. Yeah, I'm ready to go surfing. Hit the waves, but won't be doing that anytime soon, actually. First you got to do the boring work, get that out of the way, then you can do the fun stuff. And a 1x1 plate here. 1x1 plates, I just have a medium-sized butter container full of those. And they're pretty hard to find, 1x1s. It depends on the color. I remember when I was doing the yellow school bus, that was hard to find all those plates. I had to order some to finish up the bus. It was like rainbow colored. I remember I had a few fans say, hey, do you ever build anything with rainbow colors? I'm like, yep I do. So I don't think that ball's gonna fit in there. It's supposed to go like that, I think. Looks like it might. I don't even know. Let me look here. Maybe it does. Sometimes I kind of question the build sometimes, like, well, did we forget something there? Oh, hold on, I'm skipping a step here. Okay, leave that there. I'm supposed to do this one up here. So I skipped, right here, I skipped 134. Not this here. I need to do this, not that. Okay. I was like, that's going to butt right up into there, no? Silly me, I didn't put it in there right. I'll fix that right up. And I need to find a 1x1 brick. I really want to build something cool with these parts, but I gotta do the review first, and then it's all fair game from there. And then after that, we put these here and this here. All right. Okay. See, now that will fit right in there. Okay. I think it goes right there. Okay. 137. We're finishing up this side right here. Yes, it's just easier to break these videos down into bag groups that the manual has. Alright, I am missing a slope. Oh, here it is. No, that's not it. It's an inverted slope. Remember last time I found this piece, I don't know where it came from, so I'm going to keep bumping it around until we find out where it goes. Alright, so this is flush with this. And 2 profile bricks. Bet those are in basic black. No, they're in gray. I'll show you something here when I get this other one put in. Sometimes it's hard to distinguish what colors are what, and dark gray and black to me look almost the same. You have to look at the top in order to see that. So that's just something how it is. Alright, 2 metallic studs. It's already impossible for me to put those together like that. And then brick with stud and a jumper plate that I'm going to have to fish out somewhere. Alrighty. Alright, what do we do when we can't find a part? Start dividing things out. So let's start putting these over here. Set these over here, and we'll just start going through this. I don't know what happened to that jumper plate. Oh, here it is. See, sometimes sorting it does help. And this goes right in here. Same thing again. They should have just put that stud down and we built it up slowly. Why? I don't know. Alright. Okay, so here, okay, turn it around like that. Okay. I remember there was this guy I used to talk to in this chat room site that's no longer exists, and he used to be into Technic. He used to like making machines and stuff work. This is back in the heyday when I was just getting familiar with doing all this Lego stuff. And he's like, oh man, you're missing out on Technic. I'm like, I don't even understand it. He'd build machines and those marble mazes and all that cool stuff. I don't know whatever happened to that guy though, but that's pretty much what he did. Okay, so this step here is kind of confusing right here. So what it is, you stick this on here, you put this here, and then you set that there. Then we flip it over. Okay, okay, now it's making some sense to me. Why don't we just stick 2 1x2s? Why couldn't we stick a 1x4 in here? And then oh wait, hold on, that's not supposed to be there. It's one of these angular plates. This blue color sometimes is hard to see. So, and I believe it goes right. This is not the best light because it puts a glare on everything. So that's where it's supposed to be there. And then here, we're going to have to be careful. I got to make sure I check my spacing. Put that over there. And where do you usually start with something like that? It usually just depends, like on your mood. First things first, I got to find the slopes that are in blue. I'm finding a bunch of tiles and everything else. Okay, I found one. I want to start with the slopes first because they want those 1x1 plates. These little things. 1x1 by 2/3 plate with bow. It's easier to set them up against an existing brick because these are going to get really crooked. Here I can mush them up against this brick and it'll line everything up. So now I have to cobble up all this stuff. And then, yeah, okay, I see. So we're right between these little clips here. Okay, cool. And indeed we are missing one. Oh, got it. There we go. Okay. Got that there. Now we surround it with plates. Not too terribly bad. I wish I kind of did work for Lego as a designer. Man, you imagine having all the parts that you need to build stuff like this. Ooh. Well, that wasn't a bad sign. Alright. Almost like we're building something for Star Wars. That's what it reminds me of. I'm glad I just took my time with this because this is pretty brutal right now. Because I'm afraid the second one's going to be, you know, not a mirror image, but if it is, that's the beauty of this build, or these builds, that I can take out the guesswork for you. Okay, I see what fell off. It was the slope right here. Alright. So pressing this down, you may lose that. And how I know that is because it's right here on the manual. Right where my thumb's at. So we need to flip this thing upside down, and now we can start sticking in the inverted tiles. Inverted tiles, that's something I thought I would never see in my lifetime, but well, there they are. Okay. And take several 1x4s, wrap it around. Here we are again. Why don't we just use some 1x6s would be better. Okay, we don't put that there. That goes here. Flip it back over again. Make sure it's in the right orientation so we'll know. And then we'll start flat tying this off. At least we're running out of parts. So that's a really good sign there that we are getting close. And there's a gray one here. 2 1x3s, they're perpendicular. Does it hang over a bit? Yep, it does. I need to put 2 of these here. Alright. And then we fill it in with more stuff. And there's that 3x3 dark blue, very rare. And here, is there a 1x1 that goes there? Sometimes it's hard to see where this goes. Always look at the next step. It's tucked right behind this tile. So what I'm gathering is, well, hold on. I'm just checking my work here, guys and gals. Well, it shows it's right here. Oh, wait a minute. I thought it was one of those. I thought it was one of these. Because I'm looking at the book sideways. No, it's one of these here. Okay. That's like, am I missing something? No, I'm not. Yeah. And then plate goes here. Why don't we put this plate beforehand? And Lego is showing us we have to do this. Perfectly normal. Then you shove this down here like that. Okay, wait a minute, that's not supposed to be there then. I really need to follow the build. It's one of those builds you're going to have to follow the instructions very closely. Just don't assume too much. Okay. And this goes here. And then they want, there's supposed to be a slope there. No, it's a tile. Slope goes here. Not that slope. There's a tile here. And we gotta put a bunch of these in here. The flat silver. Okay, I knew I'd find that. We got this part here ready to go. Looks like we need 6 of these. And when you're messing with Lego that's painted like this, over time the oils from your hands will break this finish down. So usually when you're done manhandling it, always put it up. Okay. Just to spare the parts. So now we got to fill this in with this. And they want one of these in here. Drag this down here and then flat tile it off here. Then we got to go back around this way. But it's almost easier to fill that in, but they don't even want us to do that, huh? Let's, yeah. Oh, there they are. Right under my nose. Alright. Hope everyone likes the ASMR content, since that's what people want anyways. so we got to make 2 of these. And you know, they could have really had condensed this thing down a bit with parts. I think I know why, because they're trying to save part lots. I've been doing that in my builds where I don't want to sacrifice the quality, but I don't want you guys and gals to have to find millions of pieces. And I think that's almost done. So, like this, they don't have a 1 by 2 by 1 2/3 brick with 4 studs, so they had to do this. Okay. And a sub step. Taking it goes like that. I mean, of course, it wouldn't be any other way that would go. And then it goes down here. Alright. And this fits on the back again. We rotate it. And yeah. So I guess we have a little bit of an opening there. And that piece is still floating around. I don't know where that went, but we'll find out. So this is, put that there for right now. So this is what we have so far. For leftovers. Okay. Next thing we got to do is snap that on. Looks just like the picture. Let's see. If everything goes well, should just snap right in that hole. I really want to see what this looks like all done. There we go. Alright. So now we are working on bag 5. And I have a feeling it's a mirror, but I don't think it is because it's got tires in there. I'm probably going to kick myself in the rump, but you know, it's one of those things. So it's like, okay, we're going to have to start all over again. This is just a mirror image. If you're not sure, always read ahead, and if you're still not sure, then leave that up to the professionals. I don't know. Well, now we know what to expect. Alright. And really what takes forever is going through all the parts and, well, Jay, why don't you just pre-sort everything? Well, that's never fun. Just to pre-sort it all. But if you noticed, we're going a little faster now because we've already built one of these. So I know what it looks like. It's just a mirror. So now I can just blast right through this one. It'll probably take longer to find the parts than it will be to do the whole thing. Okay, I found the lamp holder and the top, or the plate, but no, there's the brick. Yeah, sometimes stacking all this little stuff is just kind of crazy. You just got to do it. So just imagine every piece that I pull out of this pile is one less I have to deal with. Okay, so we got that there. And the same thing over here. But this time, I'm more alert. See, we could have just shoved that stud and shoved that right down in there, but sometimes it's like, what did they do to come up with these ideas? Alrighty. So, I cannot find, oh there it is, my bad. I was like going to accuse someone, but no, there it is, right there. So, when you see me rotating it, that's how I see it in the book. So, what you see is what I see. And what I see is what you see. It must mean we see the same thing, right? So yeah, indeed this is a mirror. I think I should have just built both of these, but it probably would have been very risky to do so. To just build all these at once. Alright, so here's that funky step again. Coming up. Can't wait to get to some of the other sets that I have because they're full of bright colors. Lots of bright, cheerful colors. Everything that I've done up to this point has been these expert architecture sets. And the problem with that is that the builds are kind of muted. They're pretty subtle in colors. And they get redundant after a while if, you know, the color scheme is just kind of dark. Like this is, and I understand why the colors in this are dark. Because that's just how it is in the cartoon and all that stuff. You know, that kind of thing. But so this time when I do the review, I'll pay attention to the manual a bit more since it does actually have some information in there. Yeah, this is a good memorabilia, a novelty memorabilia piece. It's just the stickers are the only thing that kind of drowns it out. That's my only complaint here. Okay. Got that. Just put the two jumper plates in there. And then we got to build those two things with the clips again. So, but now, since while it's still fresh in my mind, I know how to put those together. So we'll just grab... Oh no, wait a minute. Okay, these have the holders. These actually have the stick. So, yeah, now I'm glad that I built this separately because that right there would have really have thrown me off. You know, so straighten all those out, put these on the top. So indeed, these are just little clips to keep the legs together. So I guess when we fold it up or expand it out, it depends on how you're putting this thing together or view it. That's what these are for. And they go in here. Okay. So that goes there. Well, lovely, that fell on the floor. It's always the small little tiny parts that just have to roll around, you know, that's just how it is. Okay. 1x10. So these are almost mirror images except for these. And that's there, okay, good. And then we put those plates in here too. Here we go again. I already lost that other angular plate because everything is black in here, black and dark blue, so that just makes it all more difficult for me. So that's how it is. And these are offset, but they'll fit inside these little tubes. So it doesn't look like they'll fit in there, but they do. You just mush it down. And then we put this here. And we're not even done with this yet. I was like, oh, we're done with that step. No, there's like a cajillion pieces you got to put in there. So that's what it looks like now. All right. I may have to pre-sort things by color when I do this, but it doesn't matter. There's only like 4 colors on the table. It seems like there is. In the mirror image of this is where I messed up the last time. So this time I'm more alert of where everything's supposed to go. And yeah, so I'm paying attention now. Remember I sucked those bricks, I was like, well, how is that supposed to go in? But there it is. And I think that's it. And then here, we put the bricks on now. So, let's see. I hate when you're trying to find that one piece. I mean, there's only probably just one on this table here. That. It's always the small stuff that you lose. Black 1x8 bricks are very rare in my collection. 2x6 bricks, I have plentiful amount of those. Great for making frames and trusses for roofs and stuff, but other than that, yep. Uh-oh. I don't know what that means. Okay. I mean, we're getting there. I think we're about halfway through this bag. And then we got the next one, and that'll be it for the night. Remember there was a stud that went in there too, but I'm not going to put it in there now. It may not even go in there. Now, since we've been seeing that this is not totally a complete mirror image of this. Two studs. Oh yeah, it is a mirror image. Actually, it's the same exact insert they used in the book from the previous step. Just these little pieces after a while, they get a little hard to put together. And now we gotta cake on a lot of plates again, like we did the last one. It's just lots of stuff. This is pretty busy in here. I'll stick that in there while we're here too. And here is a 2x3, 2x2, and 1x6. They go there. Someone has always asked me, or asked a few times, have I ever lost have I ever got a Lego set that was missing pieces? Yes. Yes, I have, and Lego will fix it. I'll just contact them and say my building set's missing a part, and they'll rush a new part out. You may have to wait a few weeks, but you can continue on with your build. Just hope it's something that's pretty common. If it's a rare piece or something that's, especially if you got an out of production set, it gets to be a little bit more of a challenge to find those. So, and I want to show you something here. This is something I'm always frowning upon. See how they have this arrow over this tile here? That's a new piece in there. I don't ever like to cross over new parts that I'm placing in, because it gets confusing. I understand why they do. They don't want to rotate it. Well, you're going to rotate it anyways. You may as well just do that. Alright. And this time, the slope piece goes here. Let's see if I can find it. I found the 1x2 that goes below it. There it is. Alright, so we're doing the same thing we did as before here. I don't want that piece flying off this right here. It did the last time, so I'm going to go ahead and just hold on to this, and then we'll start on it. I think that's where that goes there. Indeed it does. And then we'll slowly start planting these in. Now just think, after this bag here, I'm halfway done. Yeah. Then back to the custom stuff again. Alrighty. Plant that right down in there. We need a slope. There we go. And that takes care of that. So now we got to frame it. Put it right here. I think I'm starting to droop out of frame here. I don't think anybody's awake by now. I think everybody fell asleep on me. Alright. So yeah, this is not too bad of a build. It's pretty fun actually. This is a very relaxing build, Lego's intent more and more is not only to target adults and building stuff, but to make things more pleasant, relaxing. It doesn't matter what kind of build it is. It could be anything. But to make a really relaxing build, I think that's their goal now. Okay, that's just to make it relaxing. You don't need to rush through it or anything like that. Sometimes I like to try to challenge myself. How fast can I build something? And there's sometimes I'm like, oh, let's just take our time. We're not going anywhere. This set's got to be done on a deadline, unfortunately, but okay, we're still working on that. But it is what it is. I have a few days to get this done and reviewed, so I can get it up for everybody to enjoy. And yeah. See, they make you put a lot of pieces in at one time right here. So it's this here, and I'm not going to lie, it's not meant for little kids. If you're buying this for your son or daughter, unless they got a lot of patience to just say, I'm going to break the build down into smaller segments like what I'm doing, especially with the video. Yeah, oh wait a minute, this is not supposed to be there. You know, see, I'm making some boo-boos. So I know somebody that's younger and doesn't have the patience to really troubleshoot. You know, even as a grown adult, it's like I get kind of frustrated, but the thing about also doing these talking videos is because I can work through the problem out so that you don't have to make the same mistakes as I did. I believe that 1x3 goes here. Yes, it does. And then anything there? No, but we put a 1x1 there. I think that's what that is. No, it's a corner plate. 2x3, then a corner plate. We're almost done. Look at that. We're almost done with this one. I think the tires go on one of these other ones. It's hard to say. Oh, cool. We get to do the fun stuff now. Making sure that these two ball bearings are in the back. And stick this here. Hey, at least we found the blue tile. The other one I had to struggle to try to find it. I found it here. Now we can start putting in the metallic colors. Jay, you're getting a bunch of fingerprints all over those new parts. Yep. That's how it is. Well, the camera's still recording. Maybe the camera's enjoying this too. It's like, yes, he's not building a Minecraft set like he normally does. Okay, I need one more. There it is. Still haven't used that red piece yet. So, I mean, either this, I don't remember using it off of a project. I didn't part anything out over here, so I'm not sure where that came from. I mean, we'll find it eventually. I mean, maybe it doesn't go to this set, but that's probably just something from my own collection that just kind of floated over here. Okay, how does that go on? Goes on like that. Hold on, let me make sure here. Okay, it goes like this. Okay, yeah, okay, that's... Okay, now I see why. Okay. And... there it is. Alright, got that side done. Stick that there. Sometimes these little 1x1s are so hard to get in there, you just have to fight them. And then I gotta make sure it matched that one, but it does. And back up again, but this time I'm going to shove this plate in here first before I do anything else. And then we'll fit the big piece in last. There we go. And I believe after that it's all tiles, because that's pretty much what's left, and some little trinkets. That's exactly what we're doing. Just like the last one, we got to take one of these, or since we know where these go, stick the plate on there first, then the tile. Yeah, just like reliving the childhood again with these cool sets. Why didn't we have these back in the 80s? Nobody knows. We just didn't have all these awesome parts. Probably just a fraction of what's in this set. Obviously we didn't have dark blue, we had bright blue. Okay, so we got a couple of these, just like the last one. Oh, there we go. Don't be hiding from me. And the big side goes right there. Alright, there we go. Doesn't look like it's going down in there, but let me look at this one here. Okay, they're both like that. Just kind of slightly higher on that end than over here. So okay, well we still have wheels left, so we could have just almost made a mirror image of this. So more than meets the eye, right? That should just pop right in place. Now let's see here. Yep. And I bet these kind of lock together down here too. I'm sure you can just pop those apart, but put those together. And now we fill in the rest of these holes here with some Technic stuff. So it goes in this hole here and that hole there. And I'm assuming that this goes on the other side too. Means I got to get off my buns and go get the tires, huh? Looks like I'm going to have to. Okay, we did that. Okay. Stand by. Okay, so the tires are actually in the last bag. I don't know why I shoved them in there. So we'll just prepare these, and we'll just do one at a time. You know, just to fish them out. And then I'll shove that right on there. And put the little hubcap on there too while we're here. Actually, it's, you know what this is? It's like a toy. Well, obviously it's a toy because it's Lego, but these were actual toys that we played with when I was a kid. You know, we didn't have Fortnite and all that other stuff, and pretty much we had Transformers that we can, you know, do the same thing as this, but we're actually building the toy. And Lego is such a universal tool. Now for me, Lego is an art medium. It's not really a tool, it's not a toy. This is just how I relax. I can't wait to see what it looks like in truck form. Okay, I got one more of these left to find. Put that back in there. So obviously this side goes on the outside. Nobody likes the fancy spoke rim thing, so we'll stick that in there. Well, it doesn't quite roll around yet. I'm sure if we fold this head up, well, it looks like a little semi-truck. It's just this is backwards. There we go. So far, it's looking like one of those creator sets. Okay, so now we're on bag 6. So let's make sure that's what we're doing here at the beginning of the book. Yep, so 4, 5, and 6 today. And yes, these are all done in separate days. Put that slope piece back in there. Doesn't look too, well, maybe it is. It's got a lot of small parts. Let's put that over there. I mean, honestly, it looks like a toy. It looks like just like what we had when we were kids, just a bit bigger, and you get to build whatever you want. Okay. I'm glad they told us this. We're going to have to build 2 of those. So, let's begin. Yeah, where were these at? These make great ducking, you know, if you're doing like a roof and you want to put some ventilation, like an HVAC system. That's metallic there. That'll make a great ducking. So yeah, I mean, it's all about inspiration. You know, some people can't see the parts, what they could be used for. That's hard for me because I'm like, what a waste of a good part. I can use that for something else. Use it for a mock and then rip it down. And oh, by the way, I will never use these newer parts for at least a year until they're available for people to buy. You know. So, one of the things that this step here, we're going to have to build a pair. So we're going to take care of the pair now. Oh, those are almost put together. I needed those like that. When it says build 2, you're in luck. Because now you don't have to worry about it. You can just build it and be done with it. You just build them in pairs. It shows them only one way, so I'm assuming they're like this. So, except that is facing the wrong way. Then we put the shaft in there, and that is a 4-stud long shaft. They tell you it's a number 4 in the book, but how do you know that? You can always size it up here, or take a plate or a brick. 4 studs long. That's how you do it. So if you don't, you know, like my manuals, they don't have that. And because everybody's viewing it on a mobile device, most of my stuff is viewable on phones and tablets, and if you're on a PC or a smart TV, those manuals can get pretty, the image can be pretty big, so you're looking at a 1-to-1, it's like a little tiny fraction of what it would be, and you're like, wait, what, Jay? This doesn't match. So that's why I think I don't like doing that. Paper manuals have an advantage over viewing it on the screen. Alright. When are we going to get to the big parts? Actually, this whole bag is like just mostly full of small stuff. Alright, we need a Technic thing and then a bushing. Color is the bushing gray. Or is that white? That's gray. Okay. And those things are always a pain to find. There they are. So we need to find one more of those. Okay. So I'm going to have to build 2 of these things next. Alright. So this thing here is kind of confusing. So I'm going to have to build this one very slow. Let's build ourselves a model first. Or I can just do it like that. And then it's one of those beams with a friction pin. Does it matter which way it faces? Yes, it does. It could be critical, we don't know. It goes in there. Or the tube is like this. And if you watch the part exploration, we have these things, these little rubber things that we've seen in Mindstorms. Well, they want us to fish some of these in here. So maybe it's to keep the transform from scuffing up Grandma's good table, huh? I don't know what those are for. Alright. Okay, so it goes like this. Well, do that flat on a table then, since it's being problematic. There we go. Yeah, I got a lot of projects for summer. Lego related, that is. And it's I can't wait to dive into summer fun projects. You know, especially with pandemic, and hopefully nothing else goes wrong with it. You know, hopefully there's not another pandemic going on. I want there to be a no-demic. Okay, you put these together, and then we stick these in like this. I got to make 2 of these really quick. And let's just make those really fast. So actually this bag kind of fooled us, because it's mostly just small little pieces. So you're just putting all the little bits and pieces together to make the whole thing. I wonder where that's going to fit in it. I see it on the instruction, but I'm more focused on it. I don't think that goes in this bag either, so it's got to be somewhere. It could have been floating, but I looked through my manuals and stuff, but I don't think I used that part for anything. Alright, so it's like this. So it shows it like that, but that just sits in there. So I thought this was a Lego set, not a robotics set. That's what I first thought it was, but no, we're going to do robotics. And then we need one of these. I think this is the other part that sandwiches it together. I just wish sometimes I could really get into Technic. I don't know if I had that on my list to request for Technic sets. I think what I was told that the Technic communities get dibs on those first. Alright, so this goes the other way. So, alright. Well, yeah, it's gotta have to multitask this baby right here. You're gonna have to really hold all that together. Okay, so that takes care of those. And we are building another one of those little angle things. So let's see here. I need 2 of these, a couple of these. At least we're building it in pairs. At least I'm sparing you guys. Oh, got it done. I'm going to have to do it all over again. Make it miserable. There we go. Yeah, this thing's pretty flimsy right now. This is pretty brittle. So this part here, wait, hold on. Okay, alright, I knew I forgot something here. So, if you are not a fan of 1x1 plates and studs and 1x1 bricks and keeping things lined up, yeah, this is probably not going to be for you. I mean, I'm struggling myself. I'm sure that the results in this are going to be well worth it, but you know, just putting this together, whew, just being under this light after a while gets hot. And I have an LED bulb in there, but they still put out heat. Alright, I don't see... Okay, I found another one of these. I'm looking for that angular plate. Oh, there it is. I need one more plate, and I see it. Didn't want to take my eyes off of that, because if I did, I probably would have lost it. Alright. Okay, so... I don't know what the heck we're doing here. Okay, we're going to have to build a duplicate of something too. So... yeah, it seems like I'm blasting through it. I've been putting stuff together for so long, I kind of know the tricks on how to get through it. These are an interesting piece. I'm not sure what you'd use those for in other builds. Okay. And a rocker bearing, or a, I don't know, I think this is a Technic bearing plate. I don't know what these are, but it's got friction pins in it. And it's angled, so I'm taking that we're going to be putting plates that match this. I bet these are going to go on top of that. Alright. Obviously, because that's perfect. So yeah, I mean, that's flush on there. Or flesh, flush, flash, flish, I don't know. Okay. And I've done this too, where I just use the double arrows right here in writing at my own building guides. Alright, so these... go in this hole here. Yeah, it looks like it does. Okay, we'll do the next one here. Just making sure everything is facing the right way. I don't want it to come apart. Alright, so we got those two done so far. We got two more of those. I bet we're going to have to build into the clamshell. Yes, we're going to have to. Set that off to the side. We need a couple of those. But we're going to have to build it in order here. Start putting these slopes and stuff over there, because I'm getting confused what those go to. Alright. And yeah, I mean, if I lost something like this, there's no way to replicate this. I think this is a new piece in this set. I don't even have that part in my collection at all, so if I lost that, oh, I'd have to cobble up something pretty quick. Oh, and I just realized we forgot to put something on here, which are these from the previous steps, so we'll put that on there real quick. Alright. Okay. And then after that, slide these in place. Well, is that even going in? There we go. So, you may just have to start with the blue one first, and then the black one will follow. Okay. And looks like we're making some sort of a bumper here. We'll slide that off to the side. Always love transparent parts. Just don't have a lot of them though, but they're always cool to have. Well, that doesn't go there. I wish that did. I've been seeing that piece is going to be haunting me in my sleep. Yeah, I just got to get. We have to get on and find out where that goes, huh? Just get it done, and if it's left over, then we know it wasn't to this set. I at least keep all my Lego. And actually, no, I'm not. I'm not keeping my Lego stuff in this room anymore. A lot of it's now starting to overspill to other rooms. Okay, so this goes in here like this. Okay, must be the brake lights to it. I really want to see what all this stuff does. And then the radiator grills. Doesn't tell me if they're metallic, but that's all I have out here, so I'm assuming that these go in here. Yeah, and those 1x4 plates, we do indeed put those on there eventually. Okay. Okay, grab 2 more of those, stick these in here. Now I'm just running across all the odds and ends now. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty because that's all that remains now on this set is just the nitty-gritty stuff, the little tidbits and parts. And then we put the other, so why don't we just put these slopes in this first? So why don't we just start with these first and put the ones on the sides? It would have made more sense. Alright, I was going to say, I hope I wasn't missing that. I know I don't have those in that color. These make great siding pieces, but we just don't have like 1x4s and 1x3 slopes yet. Hopefully someday we will. It's not going to happen anytime soon. And doesn't matter which way these go on. Yes, they do. So these go here. You may have to finger that in a little bit. Stick that right in there and just kind of mush that in. Pretty seamless. I mean, that's really good. You know, these sets do have some really good building strategies in here that you could use for your own creations. So we're going to have to make 2 of these, so we'll make 4 of them then. Don't roll off, Mr. Piece. Alright. In fact, if you can get these in other colors to make great caps for, you know, like a clean-out valve for a motorhome. And these, the one on the bottom, facing outwards like that. Is there anything that's going to strengthen those up? Okay, I see. There's a plate that connects these 2 together. Like that. I was like, that'd be kind of difficult there. So I'm taking, this is probably the little feet, like the little toes, like paws or something. I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing at some of this stuff here. And I'm getting tired. It's a good way to cleanse the mind before you're done for the night. And then that's it. So that's actually the foot. Okay, so I guess that's the heel, this is the toe. Alright, well let's put our thing back the way it was. I don't know how durable this thing is yet, but I'm going to wait till I'm all done and review it before I really test it. Putting both of these on there is going to be a bit of a chore, because I'm going to have to really snap those on. So let's hope nothing crumbles and breaks. Okay, that's one ball joint. Yeah, I think that's two. Okay, well, that one's done. You do that, just make sure you're holding in here, press it in with your thumb, and just get one of them to lock in. That's really all you want, and then get the other one. The other one will follow. And there you go. Honestly, that's pretty strong. I mean, this thing has some weight to it. This is becoming not lightweight anymore. We still have parts left, so we're not done yet. It's starting to look more like a semi every day. And then we're going to have to build two of these. So let's just get started here. Yeah, we'll just do that. We're going to have to make two of them, so that means we're going to have to make four of these in total. Stick the track piece on the bottom with the track piece is facing towards these studs like this. And, you know, I guess some are going to confuse these as building tutorials. No, this is not a building tutorial. And the reason being is this is something that's cobbled up from a manual. Building tutorials is something that's not published, that I do. And whenever I get to them, that's when I do them, and then I film them, and then once I publish them in a manual, that's it. There, you know, and put them on YouTube. It's at that point. Then it's a tutorial. Like this book is a tutorial. It is. It's a tutorial. It's a manual though. I don't know what these go to. Oh, I see where those go. Must be the gas cans or the fuel tank. Okay. Shove those in there. Push those down. And then the metallic stuff here. So at least they're not hiding it or anything. It's just right there to be exposed. And you know, you could probably just convert this thing into just a regular vehicle, like a regular semi. Obviously it won't be minifig scaled, but be something cool. And then the radiator grills go here. I like the metallic. It just makes the builds pop out a bit more. It's more normal colors. Yeah, see how that looks. It looks really good. Get those right in there. And I think the round tiles go over here. I don't know yet. Let's take a look. Indeed, that's what they do. So I'm not even done building it yet. I'm just throwing parts on here. That's how we finish it off. Looks pretty good for a fuel can. Or a fuel container. A fuel tank. There. I get it right sometime. Wait, hold on. Oh, hold on. I'm not supposed to put those tiles on just yet. It's actually, it looked good that way, but they want the black plates, then the tile on there. So, jumping the gun here on this. So let me go ahead and redo this one real quick. Oh, when I also do reviews, I don't count my mistakes. Because if I'm not paying attention, I don't hold it against the set. I mean, I really want to build this, but I got other things I got to do in the mornings. I can't be up all night building this. And then this is all the stuff that's left. So this piece has still been bouncing around for the last couple of bags. And these go on here. Does it matter? I think it's in the top hole. So you got to put it in the top hole here, and I think that's because it rotates like that. So when it's transformed, it does that. Not too terribly bad. Stick that right in the top hole so it rotates. So yeah, it's almost starting to look more and more like a semi. And I think that's it. What does the literature have to say? Silver drum. Oh, silver drum lacquered Lego elements were added to the face. Were added to the place plate, shins, fuel tank, and side mirrors to match the feel of the original toy, which had charmed details. Chromed details, my bad. I'm not even paying attention. That's what it is right there. That's where I got that from. So these books do have information, so it's not like you would want to toss these out. Okay, and yes, we're going to be building stuff with other colors now. So there's bag 7. And 7, 8, 9, 10 will be in the last session. So it looks like that'll be a really fun one. So far, that's as far as I got. I can't really, well, I guess I can lift up the camera, but that's what it looks like. That's pretty good so far. We just got to find out what we need to do with this piece here. So, well, we'll see where that goes in the next installment.